Well, hell, my wonderful bros guys of the Maverick Nation. I am the Dark Star Maverick, and this is time for part 5 of BakuDeku. Yeah, part 5. You guys might be wondering, well, what am I going to do after that huge ass, big can of whoop ass that I dished out part 4? You know, the whole big thing with what's gonna happen with Ochako and Bakugo, and what's gonna happen now that Izuku is basically stuck on Shigaraki. Well, you might find that I still have a lot of surprises to hit you with. Because here, it's almost time for, the UA Sports Festival. And Shigaraki's like, I'm done waiting. What's taking you so damn long? And, Izuku's just like, can you not wait just a little bit longer? I am trying to look my best for the occasion. It can be annoying sometimes, you know that, Shigaraki? And Shigaraki's just like, well, at least she's honest with her opinion. And, it's just like, Izuku is just getting her hair done, just getting the stuff done. And then all of a sudden, she's looking in the mirror, and all of a sudden she feels some weird sensation. And she starts to hear something. It's the TV. She left it on. And she hears about how apparently Heartbreaker, the person who turned her originally girl in the first place, turned her into a girl in the first place, you know, pretty much offed himself with one of the officers that was guarding him, their gun. He tricked them and he snatched their gun and offed himself with it. And, Izuku's like, but then shouldn't I be dead? Hell? How literal is this Phoenix power? Uh, what the shit? What's going on? And then she looks back into the mirror, but instead of seeing herself, she sees her old self. Her, male self. The self that she was before she was hit by Heartbreaker's quirk. However, this version of her is, he is not too kind to what she's become. So, you've stooped to this amount of low. I knew it. I knew I was never going to become a true hero. I should have just never tried. It's not worth it anyways. If I turn into you in the future. Yeah, that's right. I'm in the past. And looking into the future, I see I don't turn anything but into just a mess. That's all you are. First you turn into a girl, then you turn into a villain. Great. I can't even keep my own gender. And I also just end up becoming a villain, and then dying, then becoming a villain again. What kind of life is this? Do you really want this? Because I sure as hell don't. And seeing as we're the same person, pretty much, why would you want this? Why would you want this? I don't. So why do you? Or are you even... Do you even believe what you're saying? Do you even believe what your mind is telling you that you're thinking? Do you even believe that? Or are you just stuck in a limbo of denial and deceit? You had everything you could have ever wanted with Bakugo, but instead you killed his heart. You killed his heart. Everything. You had everything, but you broke the one thing that you had going for you. The one good thing you had going for you, you broke into tiny pieces. Is this what I become in the future? The future is shit. No, I will not allow this. It does seem, in fact, that because of your ability to stay alive, even after Heartbreaker's death, because of the flames of the Phoenix, as you called it, yes, his. You remember that healing ability? You're still alive because of it. That whole flames of a phoenix is just a bunch of bullshit. You're alive because somewhere deep down in there is the love that both of you shared. But you refuse to believe. Why? Why continue to believe a bunch of lies? I don't understand. Which is why I can't let this go on for any longer. Which is why 35% smash! Yeah! Seeing as Izuku is of the past, this mirror Izuku is of the past, though it's like a mirror dimension thing, you can kind of pull powers from other dimensions into the past, like other Izukus, ones that have the power of One for All. And so, yeah, that 35% smash, you know, yeah, that kind of happened. It kind of was a thing that happened. And, Izuku's just like, what did you do to me? Wait, why am I looking at me? Wait, no, you're different. And then Izuku just hears, yeah, I am different. Your mirror buddy split us in two. The good and the bad. Somewhere there must be the ugly. However, I only seem to find that whenever I look at your ugly mug. You are the evil, and I am the good, the yin and the yang of Izuku Midoriya. It just so seems that by using One for All, 35% to be exact, we were completely split into two beings. For example, I still genuinely love Katsuki Bakugo. And as for that, I'm about to take care of some things. And at this point, Shigaraki just barrels in and it's like, what's taking you so damn long, woman? And it's just like, eat this! And just knocks Shigaraki out. It's just like, Well, now that's done and over with, and you're writhing in pain on the floor. I guess it really does show that damn, history is written by the winners, because soon you will fade from said history once I settle things with Bakugo. And, the evil version is just like, do you really think he's going to believe you? Two different Izukus. A good one, a bad one. Do you really think he's going to believe that bullshit? You really think he's going to come back to you? And the good Izuku is just like, he will know what is true and what is false. I trust him to know that at least. And the evil Izuku is just like, he's already made his choice. That Ochako person. And the good Izuku is just like, that is one hurdle I will have to overcome, yes. However, it's not like I haven't had to overcome hurdles before. So I'll just be leaving you two to do what you do best. And basically, Izuku just pops through the ceiling and just dashes out of the freaking villain hideout. And like Kachan, also known as Bakugo, and Ochako are basically just there, and they're about to go to the UA Sports Festival. Like basically they're about to enter UA. They're about Aizawa's about to say all the shit and that he needs to say. But right before that can happen, someone just goes barreling through the door and they just fall freaking on their face. And it's basically just like, shit. And Bakugo is just like, you dare come back here after what you did. And Otako's like, what the? And then another person that looks like exactly like the person that just came through comes barreling in and also falls on their face. And also Shigaraki's coming through here. And it's just like, there are two Izukus. One of them has green eyes, the other one has red eyes. And Bakugo's just like, what the ever-living shit is going on? This is insane. You're the one responsible for this. You! And, basically, the evil Izuku just runs straight in front of Bakugo and is about to punch him in the stomach. But the good Izuku just roundhouse kicks her in the face. Like straight into a wall and makes an indent. Yeah, so she's knocked out. And the good Izuku is basically just like, Shigaraki, take your bitch and leave now. Or am I gonna have to count to 3? And Shigaraki's like, do you think you scare me? And, Izuku's like, 1? And, Shigaraki's like, you don't scare me, you little. And Izuku's just like, 2? And Shigaraki's just like, I'm gonna kick your ass. And then Izuku's just like, 3. And it's just like, thanks for the power, buddy. 35%. Boom! And just hits him straight in the face. Like Dex's snaz. You know, it's just like Shigaraki's knocked the frick-a-frack out. And, Izuku, like the evil Izuku, is just like, what the shit? And, the good Izuku explains, like, quick, fast, and in a hurry, that basically everything about the whole, cheating was basically revolved around, the whole turning Izuku bad. She basically explains everything that needed to be explained. Like, everything. Leaves nothing out. Absolutely nothing. Nada. No, sir. No, sirree. Leaves nothing out. And, like, Kacchan doesn't, he's just like, so you're just a lie? And Evil Izuku is just like, I'm a lie? She's the lie. She's just a washed up piece of shit. Little B-I-T-C. And then all of a sudden you just hear an explosion. And the evil Izuku is like sent through a wall. And then all the way through the ceiling of freaking UA. And Bakugo's like, that's enough of your shit. Had about enough. This emotional roller coaster bullshit. And as for you, he just looks over at Ochako. And Ochako's just like, so we're finished? We're done? We're over? And, like, freaking Bakugo's just like, well, I guess there's no better way to say it. Now that I understand everything completely, I do indeed have to say, I don't know for how long what we've done here today is going to keep them at bay, but we should at least be, safe for now. However, Ochako, if everything about this is indeed true, which I do indeed trust Izuku, her most pure, most Izuku that Izuku can be, to never lie, never tell a lie. And seeing as that's just now been confirmed, I'm really sorry, but the whole thing about not needing her to be happy, well, I'd like to say that's true, but what really is true is that I'm never more happy than when I am with her. And now that I know the truth about everything, I'm so sorry, Ochako. I'm so very sorry. I know to you it just seems like you keep on getting turned down over and over and over again, but I really am indeed sorry. It's just, I just can't, I can't, well, just drop this chance. Finally now, know and understand everything. Ochako, now that I do, it's over for us. I have no more of a blatant and just purely blunt way to say it than that. Just more of an obvious way to say it than that. We're over. We're pretty much Gigi no Ri. Me and Izuku are just meant to be together, I guess. And it was at the most perfect time. Well, timing. Seeing as I was just about to give up on everything. And, just leave it all. However, I now understand. Me and Izuku were meant to be together. And, Chako it finally just clicks to her. Like, what Bakugo is saying is the truth. Whether she likes to admit it or not, it's the truth. They're healthy for each other. Izuku and Bakugo are healthy for each other. They can't really be without each other. They just have that tight, that good of a relationship. I mean, why else would they freaking kiss? Multiple times. And, Bakugo actually care about being good enough for her. And so, the only reason that, freaking Izuku got split in half is because Heartbreaker died while she was kind of in her Phoenix thing. And for some reason, now that they're split and everything has been repaired, Heartbreaker is somehow alive. But now that Bakugo's basically said his every single cent he has about his feelings, like Izuku and the other Izuku don't seem to be fusing to each other again. And to be honest, OG Izuku couldn't be happier. Also, she couldn't be happier because she literally knows, she also tells Bakugo just how much, she freaking they're just perfect for each other. And so, whenever Enko and Mitsuki and whatever the hell freaking Bakugo's father's name is, whenever they hear all this, it's just what now? What are they to do now? Because there's still the whole sports festival thing that has to go on. And, they have to repair the walls and the ceiling of UA. Because, the whole smackdown, drag out, knockdown, drag out, freaking thing that happened with Shigaraki and the other Izuku. So, yeah. That's, a thing. And so, whenever they finally do get to the UA Sports Festival, Kizuku figures out her first fight is with Shinso. And, Izuku, having experience with the mind screwery because of the whole, two Izukus, and even that one Izuku that helped because of the whole 35% one for all thing. Because Izuku's one for all was kind of getting wonky around the time that, evil Izuku was the dominant force. Good Izuku's one for all was kind of getting wonky around that time. So couldn't really, use it herself. Someone else had to do it. And yeah, that was, the other dimension freaking Izuku that helped. That's a good thing that happened. Because, the whole mirror dimension shit. And so, yeah. Basically, because of all of that, Izuku has a good say in the matter of knowing what's gonna happen, like if certain things are put into certain place. And so Shinso starts like trying to get Izuku to answer questions. And Izuku's like, this is a bunch of shady shit, and I would know about shady shit. I was once with the League of Villains. So yeah, not happening. And just knocks the ever living shit out of Shinso. Like girl power style. Girl power style. Like Dun Dun Gundam style. So yeah. And the next fight is against Todoroki, or Shoto Todoroki. And, Shoto is using his ice side, but he's also using his fire side because, the whole thing with the two different sides of Izuku that kind of made Shoto contemplate several things. Like, contemplate, like, what is it really like to be split from yourself? The whole separate personality and separate, like a duality in between, like, two different beings that are the same person at the same time. It was kind of trippy, and it made Shoto rethink a couple things. And so, just out of the gate, he starts using both his ice and fire side. And so, this is a pretty epic battle. But Izuku, you know, gets the win because, I mean, there's like the League of Villains training, and then there's all that training like she was doing with Bakugo before she became evil. Yes, so with all that training with like both good guys and bad guys, like heroes and villains, do you really think that a new whole look on the fireside thing is going to do much? No. Yeah, pretty much. Uh, Izuku is going to base is going to dunk on whatever kind of lunatic freaking Shoto thinks he is. Basically, you're going to get dunked on. And whenever it basically gets time for the last fight, basically the final, like, Bakugo's waiting, and it's like, okay, who, who made it to the final with me? And whenever Bakugo hears this, like, he's just like, wait, what? Izuku beat that Shoto kid? What? No. Just no. 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 And he's just like, shit. And, both of them are going up to the whole arena with the same mindset that both of them are like, I'm not gonna fight this person. They mean too much to me. I am going to forfeit. They both have the same mindset of I am going to forfeit. But you know, before Izuku can raise their hand, Bakugo races over there, puts their hand down, and uses his other hand to raise his hand and just like say, I forfeit. But then he gets his mouth covered with Izuku's other hand, and so it's kind of weird. Like, what the hell's going on? Like, what the shit just is happening right now? And it just proceeds to get kind of weird until, you know, like, Izuku kind of gives Bakugo a look. And like, Izuku's just like, Bakugo, I'm pretty sure that since neither of us are allowing the other to forfeit, we're gonna have to fight each other. I know we both hate that, which is why neither of us are allowing each other to forfeit. So yeah. You know, we don't want the other to lose, but we don't want to win either. You know, we're kind of gonna have to fight each other sooner or later. We can't just end this on a stalemate, like on a no decision. We can't just do that. And Bakugo's like, why? Why not? And Izuku just slaps him across the face, and it's like, that's why not. I'm not going to let you. I may not be evil, but I'm not a pussy either. And I know you're not a pussy. So, let's just end this. And, Bakugo's just like, well, you slapped me. And, Bakugo just goes to charge. But, he's kind of half-hearted in the way he's doing this. Because, he just got Izuku back. And, just getting your friend back, and, that's gonna, mess with you. But Izuku is just on the straightforward decision of, we have to fight. We have to fight each other. I know we don't want to fight. I know we don't want to fight each other, but we have to. So she's just on a straightforward decision of, I have to do this. Sorry, Kacchan, but I have to do this. But she's kind of speaking that out loud, and Kacchan's like, do what? And then it's just like, Izuku's just like, well, shit, I said that out loud. And kick! And, Bakugo's like, wait, what? And, just dodges because he thinks he's gonna get kicked, but Izuku takes ample time to basically just lie about what attack. And just 35% smash. Look, bam! And knocks Bakugo completely out. He's just... Izuku was like, no, if we're gonna have to fight each other, I can't. No. I have to. Sorry, buddy, but I have to. I mean, if I'm gonna be forced to fight, at least I have to win the fight that I'm being forced to fight in. I mean, well, that's Izuku's 2 cents. If I'm gonna be forced to fight, I'm gonna win the fight. That's just the 2 cents that Izuku has. But Bakugo really doesn't seem to have much against Izuku for this little tricky thing. I mean, she kind of learned a little bit from the villains about how to be a little bit of a sneak attacker. But at the end of the day, everything just gets resolved in a timely manner. Izuku is able to bring home the trophy, and that's not all, because she gets to bring home more than one trophy. However, she was not expecting the second trophy, because that second trophy was Bakugo. No, just being a badass like Sonic the Hedgehog, just laying on her bed. She doesn't even know how he got into her house. But then she sees that the a window to her room was open. So yeah, he basically just bounced straight in there. And he's just like, don't worry about it, it's fine. I have nothing against you for what you pulled. I just wish you didn't think you had to do that in order to beat me. And, Izuku's just like, I didn't think that I would have to do that. I just did it because. And, Bakugo's just like, ooh, feisty. Just like, I'm trying to do the cat thing, but for some reason, I can't do it. And, Izuku's like, so, what you doing on my bed, Kacchan? And Kacchan's just like, Well, what do you think I'm doing on your bed? And, Izuku's just like, no, you didn't. And, Gachan's just like, I claim this bed in the name of our relationship being patched up. Like, he's just like, I claim this bed in the name of our relationship being patched up. The relationship in between Katsuki Bakugo and Izuku Midoriya. Kachan and Deku. He's just being a flirty son of a bee. Just being flirty as hell. And Izuku's just like, just accept this. Just accept this, Izuku. Just accept this. Just accept. And so she's basically just like, well, if you want to be the man, I can always go in deeper. And, Kachan's just like, what? And it's just like freaking steam coming out of the ears, like red, like as a fire hydrant. It's just like, what? He's just getting like Nani. No, he doesn't go Nani. Like it's like Izuku just freaking moonsaults on top of Kachan while he's on the bed, and just gets into the position, like puppy dog eyes, like right in front of Kachan's face, so he has no choice but to look at them. And he just like starts to melt, just like before whenever he had to look at the puppy dog eyes. And it's just like Izuku's just like, Kachan is just like, well, and Izuku's just like, don't worry about it, Kachan. Everything's going to be alright. I mean, it's not like anything bad is going to happen. I mean, come on. Relax a little. If Shigaraki and the other me wanna, house around, do whatever, if they want to come around here, you know who's going to take care of business. Business. And, Kachan would be like, oh, no, you don't. I'm gonna help too next time they decide to come around here. I am getting my punches in. That guy deserves it. That Shigaraki guy. He's just like, Shigaraki, is just like, he's just pissed. Like, Bakugo is just pissed. And then, Izuku's just like, sheesh, you act like I was never going to let you do that. I just wanted to have a little bit more fun with my other self. And how about having fun with you? And, Kachan is just like, he doesn't really know what she means whenever she says that. Like, is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? And, he's like, Izuku is just like, you're probably on my bed for some reason. So, why don't we just get this over with? I mean, come on. Or did you get hurt in the pride whenever you lost? Is that it? And, Kachan is like, Bakugo is just like, hurting the... Oh, who are you talking about hurting the pride? Fine, I will, and I'll show you who's better. And, Izuku would be like, who's better? Oh, we all know the answer to that, Kachan. And, like, Bakugo would be like, ain't over till the fat lady sings, Izuku, Midoriya. And you, as well as me and everyone else, knows that. And Izuku's like, "Oh, were you reserving that one? Were you reserving that one for your funeral?" And like freaking Bakugo would be like, "Funeral of what?" And Izuku would be like, "Funeral of your manhood, little wimp." And Bakugo would just be like, "Wimp? I'll show you who's the wimp." And Izuku's like, "Yes, I will indeed show you who is the supreme wimp out of the bunch. Once I've selectively demolished you." Oh, yes. And it's going to be great. That's right. Come here. And it just yanks Kachan, like, in there's like, "Come here, you little devil." And Bakugo is like, "Okay, well, we're doing this now." And, like, Mitsuki and Bakugo's father decided that they wanted to stay over because, like, Bakugo just, he just sometimes, like, back whenever it was a common thing, like, Bakugo and Izuku's relationship, he would just sneak in. So, yeah, they were able to tell that he snuck in. So they decided that they were going to stay over, with Inko's permission, and, of course she allowed them to. However, Mitsuki and Bakugo's father did not get much sleep. Neither did Inko. And if you want to know why, well, they say Sweet Home Alabama, but I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Sweet Home Alabama on the other end. Woo! Nature! Nature! Sweet Home Tennessee! Like that up in the freaking guild. Like that high up. They were going that deep. They were literally plummeting it. Like plummeting that deep. Going sweet home all that way deep. That's how tight it was. That's how smoking it was. That's just how brutally smoking. Yeah. And the next day, you know, it's just like, I think it was like the internships and agencies thing. You know, everybody would like pick out the whole internships and agencies, but Bakugo and Izuku would actually go to the same agency and like internship agency, whatever. They would go to the same one. Bakugo and Canon went into Best Genus's one. I think that's how you pronounce the fricker's name. Best Genus. He like Izuku would also go into Best Genus's internship slash agency or whatever because freaking reasons. Plus, freaking the ability to freaking like warp and like smash like the sheet, and like if Bakugo wanted, like they could like go over to Gran Torino's agency, whatever. But for now, they're sticking with Best Genus. And something that Bakugo begins to notice after, they return home, like they both go back to Inko's home, and Inko tells Bakugo about it, how his parents are back at their house. But Bakugo wanted to have some quality time with Izuku, just spend some more time, just a little bit more time, you know. And Inko's all for them hanging out. It's just friend and friend. They have that relationship. But Inko's she's really wondering about what the frick those noises were. What the frickin' frack those damn noises were. Like, it sounded like some crazy shit that her and Asashi used to do, around the time that Izuku was born. And she's just like, and then she's like yanks the phone off of the thing. It's like, beep, 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 beep. Oh, yeah. Uh, Mitsuki, we might need to, we might need to talk about something. Uh, just in case, something comes up, you know, I might need to talk to you about something. And like, Bakugo is just like, he makes his way into Izuku's room, and he's all polite about it. He knocks first. And, he pulls the whole big bad wolf trump card. It's basically just like, little pigs, let me in. And like Izuku is just like cracking up. It's just like, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. And Bakugo's like, then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. And then he just like runs straight into the room and like closes the door behind him. And Izuku is just like freaking like, she actually kind of looks like exasperated after all that. And Izuku doesn't really like remember any time whenever like his like a whole joking around thing, like kidding around, would ever like tire her out. Like, is she just still exhausted, a little exhausted after what they did last night? Like, is it that bad? Like, she didn't seem that way before. And Izuku was just like, Bakugo, I think I might need to. And then she just darts for the bathroom. And, Bakugo was just like, what's wrong with Izuku? Izuku was just like, oh, bleh. And, Bakugo was just like, he looks through the little door hole thing. I'm just gonna say that there's a door hole. And he's just seeing, Izuku? Is there. Oh. Izuku, did you eat something that might have unsettled your stomach? And Izuku is like, uh, uh, oh god, I don't know how to tell you this, Bakugo, but I don't think that, I don't know how I'm even gonna be able to tell. Just, just please try to make sure that they don't notice. And so Bakugo basically like, helps Izuku back into her room and basically, closes the door behind him. And, Izuku's just like, oh god, oh my god. Izuku, Baku, frick the frack. Uh, uh, Bakugo, I don't think I'm gonna be able to go to school for quite some time. And Bakugo's gonna be like, and why's that? Well, if you haven't noticed, oh, get the trash can! And Bakugo just speeds over there, and he just gets in there, and just like, that, and it's not a stomach bug. Uh, I kind of got a little moody with Mom earlier today. I think there might be some mood whiplash in there. I really don't know what else, but I And Bakugo's like, we would have to get you to a professional, see what's wrong with you. And Izuku's like, it's just like, Izuku is just like, in so much pain. And Bakugo just like picks her up and it's like, Miss Midoriya, we might need your help on a little something. It doesn't look like Izuku's doing too well. And Inko goes over and just sees the poor state that Izuku is in, and it's just like, Katsuki Bakugo, what the hell were you and Izuku doing last night? And he can just hear his mom through the phone, and it's just like, Katsuki Bakugo, what the hell are you doing? And like Bakugo was just like, I mean, I thought with protection we would be fine. How is this even possible? We were wearing protection. I mean, this is at least what it looks like, but it can't be. I mean, it has to be something else. I mean, it can't be. And it goes like, you're coming with me, young man. And so basically, Bakugo's loaded up in the car, and Izuku is there, and Izuku's just like miserable as hell. And, Inko is just like, young man, you're going to have some explaining to do. And Bakugo's just like, I know. I just feel really bad for Izuku. The hell that they're going through right now. And Izuku's just like, it's fine. It's fine. And eventually, whenever they get Izuku into a hospital, it's just like the doctor and like the nurse and like everybody, like they get like this big machine to like see what's going on. And Bakugo is just Bakugo and pretty much everyone else just left in the waiting room while the doctor basically just sees the proceedings. And whenever the doctor comes out, he's just like, "Oh, indeed, this is wonderful. However, I don't really know how you're going to deal with this, seeing as how young both of you are." And that is not something Bakugo wanted to hear. Bakugo is basically just like, right after we have to deal with those two and now this. Oh my god. And Bakugo was just like, no. Oh. It's like the Emperor from like the freaking Star Wars movies. No, no. It's like Bakugo can't, his brain can't register it. Like what the doctor is basically implying. And so whenever they get Izuku back into like a stable state of like mind and body, the doctor basically explains as much as they explain to Bakugo what's going on. Like that this is like something like considering how young they are, like this is like yeah, that's gonna be a situation. And so Izuku basically just takes this at face value and like oh shit. And even All Might's there. Like All Might's like, Izuku, is this true? And Izuku was like, well, it feels like it's true. That's really, I can't explain it any other way. So, I'm probably not going to be able to, uh, UA. And that is understandable, considering, the position Izuku is now in. And, Bakugo is just like, how the hell am I supposed to do this? How the hell am I supposed to? No way. This has to be some sort of dream. Just like pinches himself. Ow, that hurt. I almost blew up my own skin. Damn it, I'm not dreaming. Uh, this, this, this can't be going on right now. And so basically, whenever they both get back to their own respective houses, and Inko basically gives Izuku a good talking to about the whole situation and like responsibilities and shit. And Bakugo gets the same shit, but only like twice fold because it's like mother and father. And Bakugo is he's just beating himself up inside, How was he supposed to do this? Like, what is he even supposed to do? Like, eventually it's gonna happen, and eventually he's going to have to take care of that role. And it's only gonna be in a few, like, freaking months, not even double digits amount of months. Is when it's going to happen, so what is he supposed to do? Like, whenever it comes about. Like, he is just destroyed. Completely destroyed. And he has no idea how to process this. And he has no idea what Izuku must be feeling right now. Like, this whole role thing just being forced upon the both of them, these roles that they're gonna have to play in like a few months, or like whenever, what like feels like happening, if the little bugger is impatient or buggers. Like, that's a nightmare for Bakugo even more, like if there's more than one of them. And Izuku doesn't even want to think about that. He doesn't even want to think about it. Like, this is just a whole new level of hell for the both of them. Just a whole new level of hell that they have to face. However, they're not alone. I mean, they have family. And Mitsuki, even though she really doesn't know how to feel about being a grandma, and Bakugo's father doesn't really know how to feel about being a grandfather, but with Inko, it's kind of less of a tense situation, because, she's just worried about Izuku, and not really worried about the whole situation with becoming a grandmother. Because she actually knows a little bit of something that, Izuku and Bakugo both don't know about. And Inko finally just decides to reveal it to Izuku, because, this moment right here, this is a moment where, this is gonna be something that she's gonna need to know. It's not like she's gonna want to know it, she's gonna need to know it. Basically, Inko was like, your father. And like, Izuku was like, yeah, what about my father? And like, Inko was just like, His name is not Hisashi Midoriya. That is simply an alibi for his real name. Shigaraki Yagi, also known as All for One. And this, that quite figuratively blows Izuku's mind. She's just like, quite literally, this just blows everything out of proportion. Quite literally, her father is the #1 villain. And now she's gonna have to deal with that, on top of the fact that she's going to, that whole thing, that, previous, this is not helping her with, any sort of, nerve issues that she might be having that could, put the, in danger. And, Bakugo just gets a freaking message that, basically what Inko told Izuku, and Bakugo's like, the hell? Yeah, so now they both know. And, Izuku's like, why the hell did you keep this a secret for so long? And Inko's like, she didn't want this to ruin Izuku's life. And, this just creates a little bit of a void, a little bit of a drift in between Izuku and Inko. Because, now Izuku doesn't really feel like, socializing with their mother too much. Kinda create a little bit of a void there, Inko. Just keeping something secret for so long, and then all of a sudden, the secret is actually this big-ass important secret thing that you just decide to reveal now. So, yeah. That happened. And now, Bakugo's gonna have to deal with the fact that, the father of the girl of his dreams is the #1 villain. And yeah, Bakugo was just like, oh god, this just makes things worse. What are we supposed to do? This would technically make, All for One, on Izuku's side, this kid's grandfather. But what about, on, Bakugo's side? Well, I guess, shit is shit how it is. And seeing as, we just now about hit, an hour and something minutes and something seconds, I'm gonna say the Dark Shadow Memory is, Alonzi and Adausis, because the Dark Shadow Memory is out. Yeah, boys. Bye. You guys, I have no idea how you guys were going to react to what I've just thrown on the table, on the plate. But, hey, that's just how I am sometimes. Bye.